Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the Premium Bandai exclusive, or P-Bandai exclusive, HG Act Zaku. Now, this is from the Origins kit, so it's not from HGUC, just wanted to point that out. Now, this is one of those Zakus that I have been technically hoping for a kit to happen, and it finally did. Of course, it's from Origins, so it's not exactly the exact version I was hoping for it to be, but hey, it's better than nothing. Okay, so recently this did arrive after my pre-order, and some people did also pre-order around the same time as I did. I already received it, but some people didn't yet. So I guess it really depends on the kit, on where it goes first and all, because everybody else got the Shin Matsugana Real Great Zaku. Mine has not arrived yet. Okay, as usual, since I did not purchase the original, the black version, I will be going on with the reviews as normal. But before that, let's go on with its components as usual. Now, first of all, what you get, of course, is definitely the Zaku itself, and here we have its, parts. Let me just move this a little bit back to the side, and let me zoom in. Okay, here is the stuff that you will be using on the kit, but there are some stuff I won't be actually showing or demonstrating, and number one, they are these, the Heat Hawks. You get two. One is the opened up, the normal version. One is the folded up that you can store it onto the side skirt version. These have been a staple thing in the Origin Zaku line, so I won't be showing these. Now the Zaku. What's so interesting about the Zaku is that, or especially this version, is that it's capable of using beam weapons. Hence, you're seeing two beam sabers stored in its storage rack, or that's which can be also stored on the back skirt of the armor. Now, there's a lot of stuff you can actually put on the back skirt, so I did not actually attach this, but you get two beam sabers. Handles and two beam saber effects, which is I don't really remember seeing such effects like these. These are like they're really straight and long, more like heat saber looking things, but these are actually beam saber effects. Just letting you guys know. You get four hands, two of the multi-purpose hands, which I'm currently using, and you get one open hand for the left arm, and you get a trigger finger for the right hand. Now, you do get the quadruple machine gun, I believe. And this one is the weapon that you will be getting if you bought the normal version, the black version. So I won't be demonstrating this version, but I will mention this was the easiest machine gun that that I was able to pull off doing the double hand pose like this. This was the most easiest weapon I did. I always had trouble with the Zaku machine guns. This one was not a problem at all. So yeah. Instead, another additional weapon is the beam rifle. Now technically the Marasai is holding this beam rifle, but then again, this is not exactly the same design as the Marasai-ish beam rifle. I guess, well, since this model should have came out first before the Marasai, definitely. But yeah, I guess we now know where it originated from. Now it's really simple. Just snap two pieces together, and you have the beam rifle. There's no clear piece. There's no extra handle on the side, but you do have this hole on each side, which is actually for storaging purposes, which I will demonstrate later. And you get the two large Heat Hawks, which actually does look very good, to be honest. Yeah, I really don't have much to say. And these things don't have actual pegs or anything. They just go into the normal handles. I won't be demonstrating these on the kit, but I will be showing you guys where you can store these things as well, since these were also the normal weapons given to the normal version. And we have two of these clips, which is actually used for the weapon storaging purposes. Okay, now for the leftover pieces. The leftover pieces, there's more than this. I just want to deal with these. These are the ones I cut off. Some of them are from the leg parts, which we have seen in the staple Zaku series from the Origins kit. More leg pieces, more leg pieces. We have the body piece that connects the neck area, I guess. And then we have this piece, which I'm not really too sure what it is. And you get four leftover thruster pieces, which I do want to mention about it. Now, since I cut them off, I can't really tell which one's which, but there's two types. There's two of the same things right here, and two of the things one here. Now, when you're building the backpack, they give you options. Now, I'm just gonna take these away just so you don't get confused. Now they do give you two options where you can use these normal thrusters or you can use a some sort of vacuum thruster looking thing. And I went with the vacuum version, but I will show you guys the back how it works. Okay, so that's that. And beyond this, there's still a little bit more leftover pieces, like the polycaps, as usual. We have the polycaps, a good amount left, and then we have these parts, which I believe some of them are from the body part, neck area, and yada yada. So that's that. Okay, and finally we have the sticker decal sheet. I only used like a few, the Mono Eye, the Big Giant 2 on its crotch, and it's on its shoulder, and that's pretty much it. Okay, now let's get on to the review. Let me get this off. You know, since I did mention the backpack, let's go with the backpack first. Now, the backpack. One thing I will really want to mention is these antennas. Those antennas are frail as fart. Those are really fragile, so be extremely careful. And they don't like to move. I mean, they're kind of stuck on one position, so be careful. If those who bought this, be careful with those antennas. They could break really easily. I'm actually considering to take these off after the review. Okay, here's the backpack. This middle part is the staple thing, but this bottom section. Now, the bottom sections, this is the version I used, the vacuum-ish looking one, but you could take this off and then use the leftover polycaps to connect two thrusters on this area. So it's really up to your preference, but I felt like this one's more unique, and it's not something that's done too often to Zaku, hence I went with this one. So that's that. Okay, now let's go with the articulation. Now the head. The head, well, it's a Zaku head. That's one thing for sure, and it has, like the Bugu, it has the moving mono eye. When you move the head, the mono eye also moves along. Of course, the mono eye is a sticker, and sorry for my camera focus issues. Damn it. So that's that. The mono eye does move itself, moves along with the head, but it's really tricky to make it. Putting the sticker on the exact middle area, so that's really up to your skills, I guess, or how picky you are. Okay, now the body. The body, nothing too special going on. I mean, these parts are actually a different piece, so they could have done something really interesting with the color, but I guess they didn't. The main body, there's nothing too special going on with the main body, but there's not much you can actually move because the main body is connected to this backpack, which also connects these pipes to the waist or side skirts. Hence, the body movement is not really recommended, which I guess is a staple thing for some Zakus, I guess. Now for the shoulders, which is actually the main difference compared to the normal version we got now. The shoulders do move forward and backward since they are in a ball joint. They're connected as a ball joint. Now, the way how you connect these shoulders, you have this part, the actual shoulder, and there's this another blue piece that's inside that connects to the arm and connects the shoulder. Now, because of this, you really have the movement of the shoulder or the actual arm is kind of limited. So this is as far as you go with these arms and with these shoulders. There's no 90-degree bend. There's no 90-degree to the side. This is as far as you go. If you force it, you're probably gonna pop this off or break it. But beyond that, you still have your 360 twist and a double jointed bend and a typical ball jointed hand. So that's that. So yeah, some limit. There are some limits to the articulation onto the shoulder, which does affect the arm. Of course, it does go 360 on its own, so no need to worry about that. Okay, there's no movement on the body, and once again, they use these pipes on the backpack. Now, the good thing is that there's no pipes on the legs. That's one thing I do like about. And some people were asking, how does this actually use beam weapons? According to the wiki and stuff, the Zaku actually uses the same generator as Federation mobile suits, hence it was able to use beam weapons. Okay, the front skirts, they come in a single piece, but if you want to, you can cut the middle and use them individually because they're ball joints. Here's another sticker I used, number 11. This gigantic 2 is a sticker decal from this decal sheet. So that's that. Now usually here's the interesting part about the side skirts. Now, usually the side skirt would have like some sort of would only connect the um, whatchamacallit, onto the actual waist piece. But yeah, this also does work at the same time, but because of how it's structured, it's connected to these pipes. Um, it may look like it's not really fully connected, but it is. And the back section of this blue part is actually connected to this middle black section piece on the waist, so it makes the illusion that it's also like a separate piece. The back skirt does not move at all, and here's are the holes that you will be using pretty often. So that's that. Now let's go with the legs. The legs, oh boy, they have this system. I forgot what they're called, but yeah, you have this system so you can actually balance the kit in any position you want or any area you want. And the legs can go 90 degrees up front, 90 degrees up front, double, well, okay, it's technically a double joint, but due to the design, this is as far as you go. And then you have a side swivel going on here, and you can go almost 90 degrees to the side. If it weren't for the waist skirts, or the side skirts, I'm pretty sure it would be possible to go 90 degrees. And the feet are your typical ball jointed feet. Or wait, is it? Oh no, it's not. Okay, the ankle connected to the leg is a peg, and then the ankle connected. Okay, this is not actually a ball joint. My bad. The way how this works is that the ankle is connected to a joint, a peg, and then the inside of this part is also connected to a peg system as well. So it's not a ball joint. Sorry about that, my mistake. But it does move around because it's still connected to a peg. So I'm not sure which would be a better, the polycap peg system or this peg going on. I know Bandai is experimenting a lot of ways to get rid of polycaps, but I'm not sure yet. And one thing regarding design, the part that really felt awkward to me was this part, this area. It feels like there's like a missing piece, but I checked the manual many times, and that's pretty much it. So I guess it's just a design thing, that's something I need to get used to. Okay, now let's go on with the weapons. Now I'm not going to demonstrate like this weapon because it's already been, I'm pretty sure it's been reviewed a ton of times, and yeah, they look very nice. Just snap two pieces together and there you go. But the way how you can store these is that number one, you can use this part, and then you can wait. Okay, you can clip it onto this section right over here like this. You can clip this piece onto the weapon, and then number one, you can put it onto the side skirts. But I don't know, it looks really awkward for me. I mean, the way how this connects, the peg does not actually go into the hole entirely that's on to the side. But yeah, I mean, it works, but I don't know, it feels kind of awkward for me to be here. Another option you have is there's two holes here. You can either put it on one of these holes, and then there you go, boom. You can either make it go, since it's on the peg, you can, move it around a little bit. So that's that. Now, another thing, you can get another one of these, and then the beam rifle. These holes, you can actually attach the beam rifle to that hole like this. You can clip it on. So that's actually pretty interesting gimmick. Ignore the hand. So once again, it's since it's on a peg, you can move it around like this. So you can make it onto it like a very natural location. And then the beam saber rack. Now this is the part I kind of got scared because you have to push this all the way in. It's kind of stiff. But you have a peg, and then there's another. You have two pegs here, a round peg, and then there's a flat peg right over there. So you have to put not on the bottom, but on the top of the hole, and then there's another hole right beneath it, so you can get a firm connection. So I believe those who decide to go with the normal whatchamacallit thrusters for the backpack, I'm pretty sure you would have a much more easier time than me, because what I'm trying to do here is that it's not actually colliding, but it gives you really, really minimum space to work with. So yeah, it's pretty tricky, but I got it in, and once it's in, it's in. It's not gonna come out that easily. Now, we have a beam saber handle, which isn't like your typical beam saber lengths, but it looks more, I don't have it right now, but it really looks, it's almost like same length, or a little bit shorter than the beam naginata from the Gelgoogs, which I'm still hoping that we hoping to see a Gelgoog version of a origin version of the Gelgoog as well. So we have the beam saber. It's a very long beam saber. It's almost tall as the kit itself. And now technically you have to take the hands off, disassemble it, and put the beam saber in, and then reassemble it. But you can just push it in if you want to. Now, the beam sabers from the promo picks were pretty much one of the things that got me buying this kit. But it's also very awkward because it slides all the way through the hand. It will slide down. It won't fall out. It won't come down. It won't, come out. But it will slide around with a lot. So I guess that's pretty much it for the review. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who were hoping for a Zaku to come out, or to be more specific, Action Zaku from the, if you're talking about more of the actual HGUC line. But since Origins did it first, I'm just really thankful for them to actually making a kit of this at this point. So if you really wanted this version instead of the black version, it's really worth it because you get a lot of stuff than you expect. Especially, I'm really sold by the beam saber and the beam rifle. Articulation wise, it should be almost the same, except for the shoulders do have some limitations due to its structure. But beyond that, it's a very, very fun kit to play around with, and there's a lot of accessories to work with. So yeah, there's not much that can go wrong with it, except for maybe the antennas. Anyway, thank you for watching the review. This was the review of the Premium Bandai exclusive HG Zaku. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. And I still have more kits to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.